Anthony Gordon just won England a penalty at the Estadio Azteca in front of 80,000 hostile Mexican fans, then walked straight past Thomas Tuchel without even looking at him. This wasn't a miscommunication. This wasn't a heat-of-the-moment reaction. This wasn't the media spinning something out of nothing. This is serious. Nothing like this has been seen in an England World Cup opener. And there's a detail the FA still hasn't confirmed publicly. Sources close to the squad insist Tuchel did not speak to Anthony Gordon in the tunnel after the final whistle. And the worst still hasn't come out. Over the next few minutes, you're going to understand exactly what happened and why this turns England's World Cup upside down. Because when this happens in your opening match of a World Cup, it's not just another tactical disagreement. This is about control of the dressing room, about whether Thomas Tuchel has the authority to manage his players during the biggest tournament of his career, and about whether Anthony Gordon has just proved himself unmanageable. And behind the scenes, it's worse than it looks. Here's what happened. England are playing Mexico at the Azteca in their opening group match. The atmosphere is brutal. Tuchel had reportedly instructed Anthony Gordon before kickoff to stay wide and avoid drifting centrally against Mexico's compact defensive shape. Sources close to the squad claim Gordon ignored the instruction repeatedly in the first half, cutting inside and taking on defenders one-on-one. Every time Anthony Gordon touched the ball, 80,000 fans erupted in boos and whistles. The crowd singled him out. That's when everything changed. In the 68th minute, Gordon receives the ball near the touchline. He cuts inside against tactical orders, dribbles past one Mexican defender, draws another. The tackle comes late. Referee points to the spot. Anthony Gordon springs to his feet, fists clenched, and sprints directly toward the corner flag where England supporters are singing his name. Thomas Tuchel stands in his technical area, arms crossed, watching. Gordon celebrates without a single glance in his direction. Assistant coaches exchange uncertain looks. Harry Kane jogs over to Anthony Gordon, taps his head, reportedly whispers something. Gordon nods but does not turn around. The atmosphere in the technical area goes cold. However, the real problem had started days earlier. Anthony Gordon had allegedly clashed with Thomas Tuchel during training camp over playing time, believing he deserved to start ahead of Marcus Rashford. Sources suggest Tuchel promised Gordon the opener, but warned him explicitly about discipline and following shape. Gordon reportedly told teammates he would play his natural game regardless. The coaching staff was already wary after Anthony Gordon was caught on camera appearing frustrated during a team meeting 2 days before the match. On one side, Gordon's camp believes his directness is exactly what England needs in hostile environments, that Tuchel's rigid system stifles creativity, and that winning the penalty proved him right. On the other side, Tuchel's staff argues that individual brilliance without tactical discipline undermines the collective, and that respect for authority is non-negotiable at this level. And in the middle, players like Declan Rice and Bukayo Saka who don't take sides publicly but weigh heavily on the atmosphere. And hold on, because the most controversial detail I've saved for the end. The dressing room is split. Some players reportedly admire Anthony Gordon's courage under pressure. Others believe he embarrassed Thomas Tuchel publicly. Coaching staff are frustrated, one source describing it as disrespectful. Jordan Pickford, who's shared countless England camps with Harry Kane and Declan Rice, allegedly defended Gordon after the match. The FA is monitoring the situation closely, wary of internal conflict derailing England's campaign. Social media erupted. Fans are divided. Many celebrate Gordon's winning mentality. Others call him selfish and undisciplined. The press is already framing it as Tuchel losing the dressing room. And here's where things become even more complicated. England's second group match is in 5 days. Anthony Gordon could be benched. If Thomas Tuchel drops him, he risks losing England's most dangerous wide threat and alienating a player who just won them 3 points. But if he lets it slide, he signals that defiance is tolerated, potentially emboldening other players to ignore instructions and fracturing his control during the most important tournament of his tenure. The clock is ticking. Team morale is under scrutiny as the squad prepares to travel to the next host city. What almost nobody noticed was this. Allegedly, one coaching staff member was filmed shaking his head immediately after Anthony Gordon's celebration, a clip circulating privately among journalists. And fresh reports suggest audio from the team bus after the match captured a heated exchange between Gordon and a senior player. But no recording has surfaced yet. This is about authority, ego, and whether England can hold together under pressure at a World Cup. And look, this is far from over. This is the information circulating so far. Over the next few hours, new details should trickle out, and they could turn this whole story upside down. So for you, was Anthony Gordon right to back himself and win the penalty? Or did he cross the line by ignoring Tuchel's authority in England's biggest match? Let us know in the comments below. And if you don't want to miss the next major development, subscribe now and turn on notifications, because when this fully breaks, you'll want to be the first to know, not the last.